Hi, this is Elton. Happy 10th birthday to Record Store Day. My mum bought 78s every week. I remember her buying Heartbreak Hotel by Elvis Presley, which changed my life. My first 45, I had two. I was At the Hop by Danny and the Juniors and Reet Petite by Jackie Wilson. And they were the first two singles I had. The most recent record I bought this week, I got the Kanye West Life of Pablo on vinyl, which cost me a fortune. And I don't know where they found it from, but I got that. Bernie and I used to buy our records from Musicland in Berwick Street on import, because we had a very snobbish thing that American cardboard was better, which it was. Anyway, we used to buy our records there, and then when I became Elton John and famous, I used to help out on Saturdays, to go in on Saturday, and when one of the guys wanted to go for lunch, I helped serve behind the counter, because I love it. I love to see what people choose. And the biggest selling album at that point, on import, because it wasn't released in England, was Soft Machine's first album. But I love record stores. I can go into the record store in Vegas and spend 3 hours there. Just the smell of it and the looking at it and the wonder of it, the memories. Music has been my whole life. It's been my crutch. It's been my soulmate. It's been, when I've been sad and I've been happy, it's always been there. And so it's never lost its shine. I feel more enthusiastic about music now than I've ever done. Tuesdays was release day in America, and so I used to go on 9 o'clock on Tuesday before anyone was in Tower Records to see the new releases. I cried when Tower Records, left the strip. But I'm glad that record shops and small record shops are beginning to pop up with vinyl. Everywhere I go now, I go to a record store, a vinyl store. It's worldwide now, and for this year we're releasing a new version of 11-17-70, which was a live album I put out in 1970, which wasn't supposed to be a live album. It was a radio broadcast, but it was bootlegged at the time so much that the record company decided to put it out. And this is an extended version with 6 extra tracks, and it's probably one of the best live albums of all time. And I'm never one to say good things about myself, but it is pretty fabulous. Well, legend usually means you're old, and I am old, so that feels pretty good. But I love vinyl so much. I sold my original vinyl collection in 1990 to raise money for the Elton John AIDS Foundation. It was the first thing I did for the foundation. I sold the whole collection, singles, everything, to someone in St. Louis for about $250,000. And I hated getting rid of it, but I had so much that I couldn't put anywhere. I just didn't have the room to put it. And then I obviously started collecting CDs, cassettes and CDs, but it wasn't the same. And then 2 years ago, there's a store in Vegas called Wax Trax Records. And I started collecting vinyl slowly and replacing what I'd sold. And to cut a long story short, now I have 7,000 pieces of vinyl. I buy most of my new records from a place called Rough Trade in London, and they know me, and they send me a list every week of what I want. And I buy about 5 or 6 new albums a week on vinyl. And it's just something about the tactile nature of it, the loving, the ritual of it, of looking at the sleeve. Especially the old albums with the liner notes and who played on them. And just the process of putting it on, the wonder of the needle going on and the sound coming out. And it does sound better. I know people say, no, it doesn't, but it does. It certainly does. I've been around long enough to know, I've been in so many studios, I've made so many records, it does sound better. So it's just the wonder of having vinyl. And you see pictures of people coming out of Amoeba Records here. I saw a picture of a young girl with an Aretha Franklin album and going, yes, I love it, I love it, I love it. And a lot of people don't like it, but it's becoming more popular than it ever has been as it's growing. And Record Store Day is just a great example to celebrate vinyl. And by any, music is wonderful. There are so many different categories in music. You don't have to like this, you don't have to like that. But it's mostly available on vinyl, and it's great when people buy it and support it. And I'm very, very happy to be involved in it. Because there's just a cornucopia of great music, from David Bowie to Frank Zappa to the Beatles to jazz by Miles Davis to the Pet Shop Boys to Red Hot Chili Peppers to the Beach Boys. They have everything, hip hop, everything. I've started to be a big hip hop. Hip hop never used to be released on the vinyl, but it is now. It's exciting that people are beginning to put those albums out on vinyl now, because it's just, people love it. Some people don't, and some people do, but I think there are more people that love vinyl and don't like it. It's just something beautiful about going back. It's like going to an old bookstore and rummaging through the books and thinking, oh my God, how great is this?